Repatriate. I should know how to say that word by now. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this video from. I am back from 9 weeks of summer vacation. And at that point, 9 weeks, living out of a suitcase, bouncing all over the US to see friends and family. Vacation is a word. I don't know if it's the word. It was absolutely amazing, and getting the kids, being able to bring the kids to see friends and family and just being able to catch up with so many people was amazing and exactly what we needed. It's just very long, and you start to miss your home and your bed, and not wearing the same handful of outfits, all those things. So the kids are in school. We're about to finish their second week, their first full week of school, and I thought I would come back on and talk about something since I'm back from summer. That's just so that just correlates with the expat life, which is wondering what everybody brings home, those in the expat world, or if you're not, but just think about things that if you moved abroad, things you wouldn't be able to live without. Every year we do this repat, which your repatriation. I should know how to say that word by now. It's been going on. We're in our sixth year almost. 5th year? Yeah. December we'll have been here 5 full years. And we were expats for 2 years before that. We went on repat. And when you do that, every year there are things that I have ordered pretty much all year long that we've been away. I send to my mom or send to friends in Houston, or James's parents, and they just hold on to them all year long until we can come home and grab them. And I bring an empty suitcase so that we can fill it with everything that we've ordered. And so I wanted to come on and talk about the things that I order, the things that this year took a funny turn. I actually came back here and ordered more things that I didn't even realize I would want, because we're so out of touch with life in the US and what everybody's doing and what kind of cool things there are. So yeah, I just want to know what everybody brings or would bring and kind of fill you in on ours. So clothing out here in the Middle East is insanely expensive. And when you're talking about kids growing all the time, super fast, it's really frustrating to shop the same stores here that you would in the US, but pay 3 to 4 times as much for. So I try to get ahead of the game and order to the US the next size up for the kids. And we are very fortunate with Elena that my best friend has a daughter the year ahead of her, in between Elena and Cohen. And so for the past couple of years now, we come home and she brings us all of Julia's clothes in the size up from where she is. And then we pick through them, and I usually pick about half of the clothes so that I have enough room in the suitcase. And that becomes Elena's primary wardrobe for the next year. And I just fill in little bits as we need them. So that has been really lucky, but definitely children's clothes is at like the top of the list, and stuff for me too. Little things that I might not be able to get here or want to get here, but then the shipping is more than the item. So there are certain spices or spice mixes that I just prefer or can't find here. Those are always really nice to bring back. just, I mean, pretty much anything on Amazon, because we do have Saudi Amazon here and I am thankful for it. However, more limited selection and higher prices and a longer wait time. Like, we're not getting anything, certainly not anything immediate, but maybe if we're lucky we'll get like the next day, but that's very rare. So one thing I stock up on every year is tampons. So I bring back a huge supply, probably like half a suitcase's worth. Let me see, is that working? I'm very new to this. This is one thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. No, not good enough. Where's the home button? I'm still learning. Oh, nope, that's the power button. Okay, this is not the exact same. Maybe I just have to, no? Does it not have a home button? Ooh. So, spices, tampons, kids' clothes, random bits on Amazon. Oh, school supplies, like all the Crayola products, so expensive out here and hard to find. Sometimes like the school supply list for school will say, you know, unscented fat markers or crayons or something, and you can find scented fat crayons or thin unscented, but you can't, you know what I mean? Like, you can't find the specific thing that your school is asking for. Amazon US, stock up on some of those things. Just all those cute little arts and crafts kits that either you can't find here or will just be crazy expensive. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. This one doesn't have a home button like my friends did. So what's interesting about this year is that this is the first year that I've gone back to the US with a list of stuff that I'm like, I have to order this when I get back to Saudi. And that is because I think I'm just so out of touch. And the more times that we go back to the States, that's better. The more times that we go back, the more out of touch I feel. So like the longer that we live abroad, even though we come back every year, it just feels more and more displaced. I feel more displaced in the US and more like awestruck by the grocery stores, by the clothing stores, by just the sheer magnitude. And by all the greenery. Oh my gosh, like it's like somehow you just forget. And then on the reverse end, coming back after spending, 9 weeks in the US, coming back to the sand, and like I was like, what is this place? It's very strange. But I stayed with my best friend in Indiana for a couple weeks. No, for a week, like 8 days. And while I was there, like, she had all these little gadgets that I just couldn't believe I'd never heard of and had been living without. So one of them is this beach waver curling iron. Number one, this is just like so pretty. I chopped off all my hair shortly after moving back to Saudi. I feel like I've kind of referenced it, but maybe not. I haven't told the full story about going to a salon here and then frying my hair, and it actually like turned gray and was coming out in clumps. It was horrendous. I definitely was like in shock for a couple days afterwards. Couldn't even process what had happened. And finally just had to come to terms with like, chop it all off. I still have a little bit to go before I'm done growing it all out. Like, I went to my girl in Houston and she cut it again for me and kind of assessed the damage and was like, we're not putting any blonde. Oh. we're not putting any blonde in this for a while. It's just like too fried. So, but part of cutting it short, I didn't really know how to style it. And I told her like, well, I want to curl it. And she tried to teach me the straightener curls, and it was not good. I can't do it. Like, my brain just will not. And I remember girls in college trying to teach me, and there's just something about it. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't figure out the motion. And so I was just a lost cause. And pretty much my hairdresser was like, yeah, maybe you just use a curling wand. So I was going to buy, that was like on my agenda, like, okay, I'll get a curling wand or whatever. And then I went and stayed with Jenny, my best friend, and she had this little gadget. I think hers was a size smaller, the barrel. It also had a home button, which is freaking me out that this one doesn't have it. So whenever you would finish curling your hair, you like hit this home button and it goes back to the starting position by itself. And I wish this had it, because now, I mean, it's fine. I'm obviously handling it fine, but it was a nice little feature. But this one is travel friendly, so it is dual voltage, and that is awesome because that means I can take it with me, like not just use it at home here, but when we go to Europe, go back to the States, I can bring this with me and it will work. One of the things that when Jenny came to visit us in Doha for the well, only time so far, but she brought her hair, either straightener or curling iron, now I can't remember, and brought the little, adapter, but didn't realize that hers wasn't dual voltage, and she fried it, and I think it was quite pricey. So this one, it's their B series, and it is travel friendly. So if you are looking for something that you can take with you, it is so cool because instead of using a wand where I am very likely to burn myself, you just put the hair in. Oh, nope, wrong way. And then spin it. And then, yeah, let it go. And you can, on hers, you could push a home button and it would take it back to the starting position. This one, I just have to manually do it, but it's working out just fine. And like I said, it's just so beautiful. So this is one of the things that when I was with her, I'm like, okay, when I get home, I am ordering that. Obviously needed it to be a Saudi capable. So, or 220 volt capable. So it made more sense to order it here anyway. And then the other thing was a Theragun. I have an IT band issue that started a number of years ago, that every once in a while flares up and it feels like someone has poured cement down my right leg and it just locks up. And the only thing, it happened while I was at my friend's house, and they have this Theragun. It is the only thing in all these years that has ever made a remote amount of difference in how good my leg feels. And like all of a sudden I could, like, it just wasn't locked up anymore. And so as soon as we got back here, I would have ordered it in the States because I guarantee it would have been cheaper, but I was worried about it not making it in time. So I waited till I got here, and I am so excited because it is due here. Is that the right way? I think it is. It is due here next week. So not only did I do a year's worth of shopping, send all that stuff home to my family, my friends and family. I ordered camera equipment. I had a new camera so that I could use it on my Sedona trip. I need to get a lot more comfortable with it because I didn't have a lot of time to practice before jumping on that trip.
Mommy.
Yes, sweetie? Cohen's going to be in school for another couple hours, sweetie, and then he'll be home. We also emptied out a storage unit that we had had. Look how pretty that is. I love it. Okay. And so I had a lot of that stuff to bring home. What else did we get? James ordered like parts for our golf cart because it's really hard to get parts out here. And again, those are like insanely more expensive out here, and a lot of times they just don't have them. yeah, so anyway, I wanted to open it up to other expats. What parts of the world, do you live in? Saudi is obviously a little bit harder because in Europe you would have a lot more options for everything. So maybe you could get by not having to restock so much when you go back home. There's a lot of restrictions here on, things that you can't get. Yeah, so what do other families or people bring back with them from the States or, to your now residing country? What do you bring back from your home country? And even if you're not an expat, just, I don't know, give it a think. And what would you not be able to live without if you moved away? I would just love to know. Okay, so hair's finished. Oh, actually, I missed a spot. Please hold. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm obviously not leaving my hair like this, but, oh, actually I need to turn this back around. Okay. There. And off. Okay. Not leaving my hair like this, but I am somebody with very naturally straight hair and hair that's very resistant to curl. Normally when I'm using a wand, by the time I get to my last sections of hair, the first ones I started with are already straight. So the fact that throughout my hair still is holding curl, and I have no product in my hair. I did not prep my hair with anything. I feel like that says a lot. So now I can just run through it and let it, it's going to drastically straighten a lot on its own, but I am super happy with it. Very excited. So I just think it's really funny that I pre-ordered all this stuff in the US to bring back with me, only to go there and realize how much more stuff I need to order when I come back here. So that normally doesn't happen, at least not to this extent. James is like, you came home and you just started ordering. I didn't realize how behind the times we were, how much stuff I wasn't even aware existed. So we are just kind of falling behind back here. And obviously the Repat, the primary focus is going back and seeing our friends and family. That is number one. And we've gotten to do a lot of really amazing things. This 9 weeks was so full of adventure and cozy time and catching up and laughing and bonding. Yeah, we did a lot. So I do need to share at some point what our summer was made up of. All the little adventures within the adventure. Yes, sweetie. Okay, I'll open it for you in just a second. But okay, now I'm really done. We'll see how this holds up throughout the day. I mean, look, it's already fallen quite a bit after running my hands through it, which is great because I don't need it to be, so tight. But I'm just so happy. And now I can finally style this awkward length hair while I try to get it healthy again. So, all right, please, again, comment. This sounds really, really silly, I know, but I'm almost at 100 subscribers, which I don't even know why I'm saying that because it's such a baby account, but it just feels really cool that to see that number even go up one person decided to subscribe and wants to be, notified when I get another video. So I just love that. I think there's 94 the last time I checked. And for a while it had been in the 70s, and I feel all of a sudden I posted a couple videos and then it went up a few, and that just feels really cool. So, happy for anyone and everyone to be here. And I don't know, I'll be back with some more stuff hopefully soon. All right, bye.